Hi, I am Joanna and I'm a member of the Faithful Remnant Church. We are led by Pope Peter the Last and true Pope of this era, and he's also called as Petrus Romanus. Did I say true Pope? Yes, he is the true Pope of this era. And this means that the one in Rome, the Vatican, anti Pope Francis, he is an anti Pope. And this happened on Easter Sunday 2007, the day when Benedict refused to give Holy Communion to those who came. On this day, Pope Peter the Last received the anointing from heaven as a last true Pope of this era, and there was simply no anointing left for the next anti Pope Francis. Now, this being said, they also fulfill one more role in the Bible. Petrus Romanus, along with his wife Mary Romanus, are also the two witnesses of these end times, who are mentioned about in the book of Revelations in chapter 11. Through this video, I am going to reveal to you some of the scenes that happen under the Vatican. Now, I'm going to read to you this portion from the testimony archives in their website, that is testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com, from July 15th, 2015. This is a conversation that took place between Pope Peter the Last and Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High True God. This is what Pope Peter the Last said, and I quote: "Think of ley lines as the physical manifestation of the spiritual connection between the Illuminati human sacrifices that are going on all around the world. In other words, they are just like the ripple in physical reality that is the effect of the sin of human sacrifice. So do not be distracted by all the information on ley lines that is out there. Instead, recognize that human sacrifices, like that of abortion that takes place at the so called health center that is just down the street from where you live, have been an ongoing part of human history ever since the time of Cain and Abel. Abel just wasn't convenient for Cain to be around anymore, and so the devil filled Cain with satanic power in order to dispatch off Abel and in order to sacrifice himself to the devil. That short form of Cain and Abel story summarizes abortion, mass genocide like that of the Nazis and the Jews, the Incan human sacrifice culture that was revealed in Mel Gibson's film Apocalypto, and yes, even the deliberate heart attack on Japan on the March of the year 2011. But most importantly, the Cain and Abel story explains the sacrifice of the entire human race to the devil through Fukushima radiation and through CERN. I have now shared some of the spiritual and physical manifestations of human sacrifice, but I really haven't addressed how they are manifesting on a social level. Now, have I? And this paragraph is actually a little sieg, and you are going to need it. This is what Jesus said. Pope Peter the Last asked Jesus, on the topic of satanic sacrifices within the Vatican, how bad is it? Jesus Christ the Lord said, and I quote, worse than you can possibly imagine, my children. Think of all the horror movies combined without desiring to remain there, and understand that it is a billion times worse than that. A horror movie ends, my children, after a very short time, but the horrors of the Illuminati members are still ongoing. And why? Because of sin. Because people allowed the devil to tell them that love is tolerance and that tolerance is the key to happiness. And because people are so blind as they tolerate everything through their desire to tolerate their sins and the sins of their neighbors, they feed what is called the ley lines. They feed the occult leaders through their blindness. Now, Jesus Christ the Lord has asked the two witnesses to watch a episode of Nicki Minaj's Grammy performance of 2012. And this is how Jesus explained it. This is just a portion of the messages that I wish to share. Jesus said, "That was a display of an Illuminati boast that the Roman Catholic hierarchical institution actually sacrifices people to the devil. And how is it? And how is it? But through tolerance, through affirmation of the gay agenda, through specifically the LGBT movement. And what you see there is a man performing as a woman. Was the pastor able to deliver him? No, he was not, my children. They made sure that that was clear in their presentation. And the Illuminati know that the Roman Catholic hierarchical institution has no power over the demons, but instead has become a cesspool of filth. You know, like the dark, murky waters I have spoken of quite often. That performance was a revelation that the Roman Catholic hierarchical institution is only a charade. At this point, Pope Peter the Last said, there was also satanic human sacrifice being displayed in the visuals. Jesus said, and I quote, "Indeed, and that was just another of their boasts, that the sane people who sing songs of praise within the institution turn around and do satanic sacrifices within that same institution, underground human sacrifices." Jesus continued, "Even celebrities and high profile musicians participate in these grueling horrors. Now, what is the ninth circle? How many planets are there?" Pope Peter the Last said, "9, including Pluto." Jesus said, "9 planets, yes, officially. Those people who are part of the ninth circle are high profile people as well, and they see themselves as gods, as deities that need human sacrifice to pay homage to them. Rome is as pagan as they come. And while it may have its pleasantries on the outside, such vile and horrific acts of human sacrifice go on deep within it by the same people who attend church." Pope Peter the Last asked, "Does that list of people include the popes?" Jesus said, "Many of them, yes." Pope Peter the Last asked, "Has Anti-Pope Francis participated in the act of a murderous human sacrifice on an occult altar within the walls of Vatican City?" Jesus said, "Yes, he has, and does so quite often. He is as sinister as they come. He is the equivalent to Obama, who bombs foreign nations as a way to gain more satanic power. These global elites feed off of the human suffering, human pain, and agony. Everything that Francis says that he is against, he is for. And everything that he proclaims to be for, he is against. He is a pathological liar, because that is the nature of the beast. How could he not be? Understand?" Pope Peter the Last then inquired about the previous popes. Jesus answered, "Previous popes are irrelevant at this time. What you need to know is Pope John Paul II made it to heaven. Benedict will not. He has chosen his team. Understand? These global elites derive their power from the killing of the innocent. Do they hunt them for sport? What is the Hunger Games all about? They leak stuff they are doing through the media, through the Hollywood movies, so that when other people hear about it in real life, with real life people being affected and killed, then they will simply dismiss it and say, 'Oh, yeah, I saw that in a movie once.' See how Hollywood works? Everyone is in the power of the evil one through Hollywood, through the media. The elite are not stupid in the sense that they have studied mankind over the centuries and have learned how they operate. The elite, the global Illuminati members, didn't have souls before the mark of the beast. And now, through tolerance, everyone is like them, except the remnant, except the ones who are predestined sons and daughters of the kingdom of heaven. Very simple. People may believe all they want that they are against the Illuminati, the New World Order, the One World Government, Luciferian agenda, all they want, but they are only deceiving themselves. Because if they are not for me and my word and my two witnesses, if they hate me and my word and my two witnesses, then they are aligned with their global leaders or allied with them. The truth is, my children, everyone is part of the ninth circle cult, the cult of Saturnalia, because of abortion. So, when they are surprised to hear that these global elite are eating children, it's only vanity. Because mankind has been eating its own for a very long time. Pope Peter the Last then asked Jesus, can you reveal at this time exactly where inside the Vatican City the ninth circle human sacrifices have recently, up until this point in human history, the point where their works are brought to the light and revealed to the nations? Jesus said, all I can say, my children, is that they are carried out along the ley lines in churches, in government buildings, in spirituality centers. How does one find the evidence of a crime so horrible? Research must be done, must be carried out. Seek and you will find. You already know about the gay priests within that diocese. I will lead you to the evidence of occult ritual sacrifice within that diocese, one thing at a time. A closing note by Pope Peter the Last. In the eyes of the Creator, everyone is part of the ninth circle cult, the cult of Saturnalia, except for those members of the faithful remnant. This is for all you optimists out there who are just sitting on the fence. Because if you are not all in, then you are in fact out of the faithful remnant. That is the conversation that took place that day. And Jesus has also said in the testimony that destruction is coming to Rome and the Vatican very soon. And Jesus often describes to it as a sinking oil tanker. If you want to save your lives, then better flee that institution and come to the true Pope, who is Pope Peter the Last, who is leading the faithful remnant church. And you will need the blessed holy water to break from the satanic control that they are having over you. So while you still have time, visit testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com, learn more about the truths that is happening around you, and save your life and get back your souls. Thanks for listening.